Black spots on a bathroom ceiling. A dark patch spreading behind a kitchen cabinet. You call a remediation company. They quote you $3,000. They spray a chemical blend from a white jug with a warning label. The mold returns in 6 months. You call again. You pay again. 5 compounds found in common plants. Kill mold spores on contact across hard surfaces like tile, glass, and countertops. And by the end of this video, you will know every one of them and why no cleaning aisle label will ever name them. Hi, I am Harry. And this is Garden Explained with Harry. Walk into any hardware store. The cleaning aisle stretches 40 feet long. Spray bottles lined up in rows. Each one promises to eliminate mold. Each one contains a proprietary chemical blend protected by trade formulation. The active ingredients are rarely patented because most of them cannot be. They occur in nature. What the companies patent is the delivery system, the nozzle, the surfactant mixture, the branded packaging. When the solution is a plant that anyone can grow in a pot on a windowsill, there is no recurring revenue, no licensing fee, no refill cartridge to sell, no quarterly earnings call to justify. The industry does not suppress these plants through some backroom conspiracy. It suppresses them through simple economics. What cannot generate a profit margin cannot generate a marketing budget. What cannot generate a marketing budget does not enter public awareness. 3 generations of homeowners have scrubbed mold with chemical sprays while the answers grew quietly in herb gardens around the world. The first compound is called terpenin 4-OOL. When this molecule contacts a mold spore, it does not inhibit growth. It ruptures the cell membrane. The spore does not recover. Laboratories tested this compound against Aspergillus and Penicillium. These are 2 of the most common mold species found inside homes. The kind that colonize bathroom grout and spread across damp ceilings. In controlled tests, the spores exposed to terpenin 4-OOL sun did not survive. The compound comes from a tree that grows across eastern Australia. Indigenous Australian communities used the leaves as wound treatment for thousands of years. European settlers ignored the knowledge until the 1920s. The tree is Melaleuca alternifolia. You know it as tea tree. Today, tea tree oil appears in premium cleaning products on store shelves. A branded spray bottle containing trace concentrations costs $12 to $18. Superficial botanical sprays cannot penetrate deep enough to kill hidden roots. Furthermore, unless you fix the underlying structural moisture source, such as a roof leak or high humidity, the mold will return, regardless of the spray used. The commercial product dilutes the compound to the bare minimum effective concentration, then charges a 400% markup for the label. A single tea tree plant grows in a pot indoors in most climates. It needs bright light and consistent moisture. The leaves produce oil continuously. You are not buying a product. You are growing a supply chain that never sends an invoice. The next compound is already registered as an antimicrobial agent by the United States Environmental Protection Agency. The registration number is public record. The compound is thymol. It does not merely slow mold growth, it collapses the fungal cell wall entirely. Researchers found that thymol stopped Aspergillus colonization at concentrations below 1%, less than 1%. The amount you would need to treat a bathroom wall fits on a fingertip. Thymol is the active ingredient in several commercial green cleaning sprays sold at health food stores and organic markets. The label says plant-derived antimicrobial. It does not say thyme. It does not show a picture of the herb. It does not mention that the compound originates from Thymus vulgaris, a Mediterranean herb that grows in a 4-inch pot on a windowsill. Thyme tolerates neglect. It tolerates drought. It produces leaves year-round indoors with minimal care. Millions of kitchens already have this plant sitting next to the stove. The homeowner uses it for roasted chicken. They do not know it kills the mold growing behind their refrigerator. A packet of thyme seeds costs less than $2. The branded cleaning spray containing its primary compound costs $11 for a 16-ounce bottle. The math is not complicated. The industry hopes you never do it. Now consider the mold species that homeowners fear most, the one that insurance adjusters identify by name, the one that remediation companies use to justify emergency pricing. One mold species homeowners fear most is Stachybotrys chartarum, often called toxic black mold because it produces hazardous trichothecene mycotoxins. Finding black mold in a home can collapse a real estate transaction overnight. Remediation for a single room starts at $2,000 and often exceeds $5,000. While the compound carvacrol found in oregano shows potent antifungal activity against Stachybotrys in closed petri dish laboratory settings, a living plant on your windowsill cannot produce or disperse these volatile compounds at the concentration or volume required to safely remediate a home infestation. Disturbing a dry Stachybotrys colony with an unformulated home spray can cause millions of toxic spores to aerosolize, creating a major inhalation hazard. The mechanism mirrors its antibacterial action. It attacks the fungal membrane, destabilizes the lipid structure, and the organism cannot maintain itself. The plant that produces carvacrol in high concentrations is oregano, Oreganum vulgare, the herb in the pasta sauce. The same volatile compounds that give oregano its sharp, pungent flavor are the compounds that make it lethal to black mold. This is a plant that seasons dinner and protects the house. A small bottle costs $20 to $30. The plant that produces the oil grows from a $2 seed packet and reseeds itself every year in a garden bed or a balcony container. The supplement industry packages the compound. The herb industry sells you the dried leaves for cooking. Neither industry tells you that the living plant on your windowsill is a mold killer. There is no profit in that sentence. The next two compounds have been studied for decades inside a branch of science that consumers almost never encounter: food preservation research. Mediterranean cultures stored grain, bread, and cured meat for months in climates that breed mold aggressively. They did not use chemicals. They used herbs. Researchers eventually confirmed what village kitchens had practiced for centuries. Rosmarinic acid and carnosic acid, two compounds found in high concentrations in a single plant, inhibit the mold species that destroy stored food. The studies appeared in food science literature going back 30 years. They confirmed antifungal activity against common spoilage molds at concentrations easily achieved with fresh or dried plant material. The plant is rosemary, Rosmarinus officinalis. Woody, drought-tolerant, and capable of surviving in poor rocky soil where almost nothing else grows. Everyone knows rosemary as a cooking herb. Almost no one knows it as an antifungal. The knowledge has existed in published research for 3 decades. It never crossed into household cleaning awareness because no company could monetize a rosemary bush. The plant grows outdoors in most temperate climates. It grows indoors anywhere with a sunny window. A single rosemary plant lives for years. Some specimens survive for 20 years or more. It asks for almost nothing and provides a compound that protects food, surfaces, and air from fungal colonization. The final plant contains a compound so effective that pharmaceutical companies have already built clinical products around it. They use it in antifungal formulations prescribed by doctors. They use it in dental treatments. They have filed patents not on the compound itself because it is a natural molecule, but on the delivery systems that contain it. The compound is eugenol. In laboratory testing, eugenol killed Candida species at concentrations comparable to pharmaceutical antifungal drugs, not similar. Comparable. The same effective range. Researchers documented this repeatedly across multiple studies over the past 2 decades. Eugenol is one of the strongest antifungal compounds ever measured in a plant source. It disrupts the fungal cell membrane at concentrations so low that the margin between the natural compound and the synthetic drug effectively disappears. The pharmaceutical industry knows this. They have known for decades. They built patented formulations around it. They charge clinical prices for products containing it. The plant that produces eugenol in extraordinary concentrations is clove, Syzygium aromaticum, a dried flower bud that sits in the spice aisle of every grocery store in the country for $3. The same compound that a pharmaceutical company wraps in a patented delivery system and sells through a prescription sits in a glass jar between the cinnamon and the cumin. The patent is not on the molecule. The patent is on the packaging, the branded name, the dosage form. The molecule itself grows on a tree in Indonesia and Madagascar and Zanzibar. It has grown on those trees for centuries. It will continue growing long after the patents expire. 5 plants, 5 compounds, each one tested in laboratories against the mold species that colonize homes. Tea tree, thyme, oregano, rosemary, clove. They grow in kitchen windows. They grow in backyard gardens. They grow in pots on apartment balconies. The mold remediation industry bills $6 billion a year spraying chemical blends onto bathroom walls. The cleaning product industry fills 40 feet of shelf space with branded bottles. The pharmaceutical industry patents delivery systems around molecules that nature produces for free. What grows in a 4-inch pot cannot generate quarterly revenue. What cannot generate quarterly revenue does not appear on a cleaning aisle shelf. The plants do not care about revenue. They just keep growing.